I think people get tattooed because, you know, there's not a lot of real stuff left in the world, and it's all like a 24-hour news cycle. Nothing lasts. With tattooing, it's blood, it's pain, it's permanence. You know, when you get that needle in your skin for the first time, you have to be there. You can't just call it in. You have to sit there and take the pain, and then sit there and heal it, and then you got to live with the consequences of your action. Hey guys, welcome to the show today. I'm filming from my farm because I didn't have time to film one at the shop last week because it was my wife's birthday. So I thought, what a great opportunity to tell you about my farm move, why I moved to the country and left the city, and just, yeah, the joys of nature. So I left home, as I've said in previous videos, when I was 15. I lived in the country when I was a kid, grew up on a horse ranch. Dirt bikes and guns, all that stuff, and I moved to the city. And then I started, I got into tattooing, and I traveled the world and went to all the big cities: Tokyo, Paris, New York, LA, San Francisco, all the big cities of the world, and tattooed. The beaches of Thailand, did all that stuff. And then when I moved to Australia, I lived right in the dead center of Sydney. First right in the middle of Surrey Hills, and then I lived on the beaches and lived that beach lifestyle. Same as in Spain, I lived on the beach, and I'd never really gone back to the country. So I then had children, and then we lived in the city with kids, and as you can hear my child screaming now. And in the city, for kids, there's a limited amount of things they can do, apart from distractions and entertainment. So after being locked in my house for 7 months during the Australian lockdown, the wife and I realized that there's really not that much the city offers that we need. It was all just entertainment and distractions, as I said. And so we started looking at places in the country. It had always been the dream, to have a rural property, maybe a hobby farm, and, have some horses maybe. Yes, Tora? Yeah, that's what dogs do, baby. You're going to be okay. I know it hurts, baby. So it's always been the dream, but, living in the city, having a busy tattoo studio, working 5 days a week, I just didn't see how we could make that transition to the country without really disrupting. Oh, I'm going to check my settings here. Without really disrupting our lives, right? Just going from city living, busy shop, tattooing full time, to moving to the country, upending our lives and all that. And then COVID hit. And so, it gave us this opportunity to rethink our whole life. And so during the last lockdown, we started looking at rural properties. When, in Australia here, it was very strict, so we had to get travel permits issued by the government to be able to leave our homes and stuff. Real normal shit, right? And we found this place. And we fell in love with it as soon as we saw it. It's a 420-acre cattle farm. And so, we just bought that and moved out here. And, I couldn't be happier. It's a much more modest house than I was living in before. But it's got giant sheds and machinery bays and so much land. Half pasture, half forest. It's got a bunch of dams, which are like ponds, lakes kind of thing, for watering the livestock. And you can see here, this is my front yard, pretty much as far as those trees. And and so I decided, what, we're gonna move here. We're gonna upend everything. I'm gonna work in the city 3 days a week, and I'll be on the farm 4 days a week. All right. So on the farm here, I also have a little studio here, over there, which I've filmed from before. You might have seen some of my previous videos. And I've got a shed that I'm building to tattoo in as well, which I'll be, hopefully be completed by Christmas, which will have some accommodation as well, so people can come with their families or by themselves if they're coming from far, spend the night, and then get tattooed during the day. So the shed's a purpose-built tattoo studio kind of thing. I'm only 2 hours and a half, 2:20 from Sydney. Here we go, inbound. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, sweetheart. You want to say hi?
To who?
I'm making a video, baby. Say hi to the camera. Just say hi.
Hi.
Okay, go play in your swing set, okay? Go play. I'll be done in 5 minutes, okay?
Fine.
Fine. Go. Get out of here.
Okay.
Alright. So, yeah, so I'm doing a different thing here. I'm taking control of my life and what I want to do. I dedicated my entire life to tattooing, and I have no intention of stopping that. But I'm doing it on my terms now. I paid my dues. You know, I lived in the cities. I lived in squalor. When I lived in Spain, I lived in a tiny little apartment, and just used that as a jumping off base to be able to guest spot all over the world because the rent was cheap and it was easy to secure. And now that I'm 50, I've got 3 little girls, and we wanted to give them the country lifestyle. So, being here, as you can see, in nature, it's a really nice setting to get tattooed. It's a really nice setting to just come and unwind from the city. So being 2.5 hours away from the city isn't too bad. It's about 2 hours from the airport. And yeah, it's good. I'm in between Canberra in Sydney. So for all my Canberra clients, which there are many, it's an easy drive here. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. And yeah, I look forward to hosting you guys here if you ever want to come get tattooed. No, I'm still tattooing in the city a few days a week. I still run the shop. Shop's still open the same hours and everything. But here I plan on working 1 or 2 days a week and having my little setup here. And then maybe down the road, you know, working 2 days a week in the city, 2 days a week here. We'll sort of see how it goes, how it progresses once the studio is up and running. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on that. I get asked a lot about the farm life, why I moved, apart from the obvious reasons. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just to live life on my terms with my family and raise my kids in a wholesome and good environment. The city's a little bit crazy these days. And, you know, with the people still with the COVID madness that we had, you know, like in my little suburban area, it was crazy. You know, people were calling the police on us for being in the playground with our kids because there was too many kids playing, or too many adults in the park, like a giant park, right? It was nuts. And so that whole experience left a really bad taste in our mouths. And yeah, out here we kind of do what we want, and we're living the dream. So that's my little story about why we're living in the country. And once the farm studio is set up, you all right? You okay? Okay. I know, baby. Get back up. All right, you want to come here? So once this farm studio is set up, I will make a little video on that, introduce you to the farm studio, show you what it looks like and all that. And it'll be a work in progress for a while because the gyp rocking is just being done now and stuff. So it's all in progress. So if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, throw them in the DMs, throw them in the comment section, and let me know what you think. And we'll go from there. And I look forward to having you guys out here. If you want to get tattooed in a nice, calm and relaxing environment, eat some fresh eggs, some fresh beef, have some raw milk, this will be the place to go. All right, guys, take it easy and have a great day. See you later.